So we're going to start off from the top, go all the way down to the bottom. We're going to start with the most valuable player. It's a two-man race at this point between Nikola Jokic and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So what do we, and these, by the way, are our picks. Like, this is not who we think is going to win. This is who we believe should win the award.
Correct.
So here are our MVP picks. So I have gone for Nikola Jokic, and Anthony and Gio have gone for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah. It's a toss-up, and I chose probably who I think is probably the most deserving one right now, just because I think Denver fell off a little bit. But it's tough. I'm just leaning towards SGA more.
Yeah, I second
Kind of
that.
how it is.
I second everything you said. I mean, Jokic is having an unbelievable season. We've never seen a season like this before, but it's
Never.
still going to be Shai. So it's
He's
unfortunate.
first player ever to go top 3 in the 3 major categories. He's also top 3 in steals. And he's also shooting like 43% from 3.
Yep.
It's
It's
ridiculous.
laughably good.
And when SGA is off the floor, the Thunder were still on like a 61 win pace. I just think I take the word valuable really like, I put a lot of factor into that.
I understand.
And I guess it's really, what do you value more, floor raising or ceiling raising? Because the Thunder are a championship contender without SGA. He raises their
I don't
ceiling.
think so.
He raises their ceiling to, overwhelming championship favorites, whereas Nikola Jokic essentially starts off, when he's off the floor, they're like a 17-win team,
Yeah.
I think, and he raises them all the way up to a championship contender.
Yeah.
As great as SGA's been, Jokic just averaged a 29-point triple-double. He's the third player to ever do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's not going to win MVP, his 2 best seasons are the ones he's not going to win MVP, is a little bit crazy. And considering all that Denver's gone through, from the horrid start to the horrid last month, firing the coach, drama in the front office, and he still clawed them to 50 wins.
yeah.
Like,
Sounds a bit like Russ in 2017.
it is basically Russ in 2017.
I'm so serious.
It's Russ in 2017, just way more efficient.
Yeah. Exactly.
So
About the same amount of wins as well.
yeah,
Yeah, so.
except Russ was a 6 seed, Jokic is a 4
Also,
seed.
I would argue, not that I don't want to turn this into a Russ thing, but Russ's team was worse in that season. Let's just be clear. Anyways, we can go to any topic you want.
Remember-
I just wanted to say that.
Remember though, Jokic also won he won a second MVP as a 6 seed without Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. and got them into the playoffs and got a win against Golden State, who won the championship that season. So
But the reason why I have SGA winning is literally because of what I just said.
you value the winning and the standings. That's fair.
Yeah, and also I mean he's having an outstanding season, but I feel like we've already seen a player win an MVP with that same thing, and it is Russ, and he just did it better, in my opinion.
You think Russ did it better than Jokic?
I do. They won about the same amount of games. He averaged 2 more points than Jokic did in that season. Maybe he wasn't as efficient.
I think
That's natural.
Jokic, I
He's a
think,
point
also
guard.
averaged more rebounds and assists.
Yeah, he did.
So
Russ averaged more points.
no, I definitely think Jokic's season this year was better than 2017 Russ.
I don't know. I think, like I said before, Russ's team was worse than this Nuggets team for sure.
Okay,
For sure.
I guess you're obviously very biased.
No. That's not
Understand.
biased. That's clear fact.
Most people think that this Jokic season's better than 2017
Yeah,
Russ.
most people will say that for sure.
Let us know down in the comments what you think. It's definitely a close call, but I do think SGA will wind up winning
Yeah.
the MVP. So,
All right.
ready into the next award.
Yeah,
do it.
bro.
All right, let's go from the best to the youngest. We're going to go for the Rookie of the Year. Obviously, last year was a snooze fest because we all know Wemby was going to win it. This year, it was a very interesting race. We had a lot of guys kind of in the mix, and then a bunch of guys got hurt, and that was kind of that. So, obviously now it's a bit of a 3-4 man race, but at the end of the day, all 3 of us picked Stephon Castle. to
Another
win
Spur.
Back-to-back
Rookie of the
Spur.
Year. Back-to-back Spurs. That's what happens. That's what I want the Nets to do next year. Tank again so you can get another great rookie. And that's exactly what San Antonio did. He just fell into their lap at 4.
Phenomenal player.
Oh, he's fantastic. I love it.
What's he averaging? Do we know?
I think he was
12
averaging
points.
I thought it was higher. I thought it was like 16. Something along those lines. But
It's like
12 what
13,
and what?
13, 4, and 5.
34
that's still really good for that
Yeah.
rookie season.
Solid.
Yeah.
And I think he's been the only one consistently good from start to finish because,
Yes.
Reese, Hache, and Sarr started off the season a little bit janky. McCain got hurt, obviously.
Yep.
And Zach Edey got injured midway through the year, kind of threw him off course.
Right.
Jalen Wells had a good shout.
Jalen Wells did have a great
Very
shot,
good. He played
Yeah.
well.
but at
How
the
much
end,
do we credit CP3 to
A lot.
Stephon Castle being as good as he is?
a lot.
Come on.
Yeah.
You need a good vet.
The 3 Spurs were joined the 82 club this year for
Yeah.
82 games.
I saw
Paul,
that.
Harrison Barnes, and Julian Champagny.
That's so impressive. We're like Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes are pushing 100,
Yeah, right.
and they're playing 82 games. And Harrison Barnes did a game winner the other day.
Yeah.
So that's impressive shit.
It
Yeah,
is.
it is.
And there was really no other player close to Stephon Castle in this. I thought I had Jalen Wells in the midseason awards, but then
We did.
Stephon Castle got hot.
Yeah.
And, sucks now that we're not going to see Jalen Wells in the playoffs, but,
Yeah.
it's unfortunate. But we'll see him back next season. But
Yeah.
Rookie of the Year, again, very simple, very Spurgeon, and that's kind of that. Let's get into the Defensive Player of the Year. Good news for Gio is that Rudy Gobert will not be winning a 5th one of these, at least
God.
not now. But you got to at least give the man credit. He's been fucking balling over the past,
Like 2 weeks.
not about the past month since he came back from injury. Completely changed the tide with Minnesota
Yeah.
on both ends. So, who did we pick for the Defensive Player of the Year? We all have gone for Evan Mobley.
Yeah.
I was fighting tooth and nail between Evan Mobley and Dyson Daniels. But at the end of the day, as great as Dyson Daniels was on the perimeter, Evan Mobley this season at the rim, ridiculous. I mean, he's just in like the upper top 2 percentiles in like every rim protection category this season. And that's with Jared Allen standing next to him. And we all know how great of a rim protector he is.
It's also
So-
with players being scared of even going into the paint.
Yeah.
So like the amount of shots that teams put up in the paint against the Cavs is significantly lower than other teams, and he still has the numbers.
And you
So-
still somehow don't believe in them.
all right.
It's crazy.
Look, I like Mobley a lot, but that's it. Everyone else in the Cavs, I'm not a fan.
Not even Donovan Mitchell?
No.
Not even DeAndre Hunter?
Yeah,
Not
we
even
know.
Ty
we,
Jerome?
We know he's not a fan of them.
Not even Kenny Atkinson?
No.
Not even LeBron James?
No.
It's not there.
That's great. I really hope Russ goes to the Cavs at some point. That would be a great
That would be fun.
sign. Cavs sign Russ and trade for Rudy, so Gio's forced to root for them.
Gosh.
But yeah, I mean, were you like stern on Mobley, both of you? Was there
Yeah.
anyone
Yes.
else that was Draymond an option or anything like
Yo,
that?
get that Draymond propaganda out of here, bro.
I mean, Dyson is very close, but I think Mobley clears just for everything.
Yeah.
Just sucks that it always just resorts to a big.
It does.
But
That's the
Naturally.
they have, they're the ones that have the lowest defensive rating. They have the most blocks. Dyson Daniels has the steals, and that's
Yeah.
the steals and the deflections, and that's what really his bread and butter is.
Yeah.
But, Evan Mobley is deserving, and he's going to be a major factor in the Cavs this playoffs. All right, let's get into the next award. I believe it's most improved player as far as I remember.
Yeah, it is.
I don't remember how I ordered the list, but there was a lot of options that people were trying to sort of promote. Like there was Christian Brown, there was even Dyson Daniels, it was Norman Powell, there was someone else, but we've all gone for one man, and that man is Cade Cunningham.
Yes.
So you guys pushed past the whole narrative of he's a number 1 overall pick. He shouldn't there's really nothing to improve on.
I think. Well, I think he's gonna have a slight improvement next year. I think this is the best of Cade we're seeing right now. I think it'll be a little better, and we'll see next year. But
Yeah.
it's fine. I think the hanging bust status under Cade for a little bit for some people is gone.
Bless you.
I don't think he's.
When did he ever have that?
I don't know.
He didn't have bust. It was more so
yeah.
we're waiting, pending.
Yeah.
It was
Pending.
Pending, yeah.
Because obviously he had injury problems early on in his career. He had season-ending shin surgery like a year ago.
Yeah.
And obviously
He was giving me Ben Simmons vibes for a second.
that's fair, I guess.
For a second.
Yeah.
But I always knew I knew from the beginning. I think he would be a good player.
Thank
I
you.
can't take that quote seriously
Thank
anymore,
you.
bro. The fuck?
But I put Cade on here last minute because I really wanted to put Dyson Daniels as most improved.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think Cade, he just had too good of a season to not put him here. So that's
I was
Yeah.
I was debating between him and Tyler Hero.
yeah.
Tyler Hero just had a quiet second half of the season.
I had Denny.
Tyler,
I had Denny on here.
Danny's a good player.
Then he was a good player, but his first half was very mid.
Yeah, he picked it up.
Yeah.
That's
Like
the thing.
second
Cade
half.
was great from the moment the season started to he got better actually as
Yeah.
the season
Yeah,
ended.
He did.
Yeah, he
Like
did.
The way he played against I forgot who it was. It was either Cleveland or the Knicks.
Yeah.
Because he didn't play against Boston. But the way he played, I think it was against the Knicks. The way he played against the Knicks was just incredible. And I'm really looking forward to that playoff series in about a week.
That's going to be exciting.
It's going to be exciting. I'm curious to see what we all have in
Next
that
year,
series.
though. Next year, watch out for Obi.
Obi Toppin?
Yeah.
Yeah. If he gets moved, Michael Porter Jr.,
Ooh.
instant favorite for me.
Okay.
I see Larry Markkinen right in front of me if that happens.
Yeah.
But, I mean, do you think the most improved player needs reform? Like, do you think it should go to, like, a non-top pick?
No,
I don't think so.
That's fair.
Yeah.
not at all.
Because there's been
Yeah.
a lot of controversy stirring up with most improved player as of late. That
No.
Cade doesn't deserve to win it.
No.
I mean, it should go to a guy like Dyson or Christian Brown or
I mean, I would have liked that. It would have been nice, but
yeah,
nah, it's fine the way it is.
Yeah.
that's
I
fair.
don't see any problem with that.
The Nuggets actually wore Christian Brown most improved player shirts
Yeah.
during their game the other day.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So shout out to him. He's had a great season. He could
has.
still honestly win it next season.
yeah.
Yeah.
If he keeps this going, if he takes another leap,
I don't think he should be eligible next season.
what if he's not a
He
finalist?
had such
though?
a big leap this year
yeah.
that I don't think it's possible he's going to take that big of a leap. I mean, maybe.
You never know.
Maybe.
You never
but
know.
He needs to
'Cause
take a
Jalen Johnson was
pretty
a
big leap.
finalist for like 2 straight seasons.
Yeah.
So we'll see, I guess. The next award, I think, is Sixth Man of the Year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
2-horse race again for this award. Really, it was between Peyton Pritchard and Ty Jerome. Those two really came forward kind of like midway through the season, and they haven't really looked back. Who have we gone for? We've gone for Peyton Pritchard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just synonymous. I don't see anybody else
Self-explanatory.
besides him.
Yeah.
He's just- pretty sure I saw
Phenomenal.
He's averaging
Phenomenal player.
in like the past, I think 3 games, he's averaging like a 30-point triple-double.
Yeah.
Something
Really?
like that.
Something close to it. I don't think he's averaging a triple.
Maybe not a triple-double. It's close though.
I think it's like 32. I think it's like 32, 6, and like 11, something like
Yeah.
that.
He's crazy.
But yeah, he's insane. And I think I'm curious to see what happens with him in the future with Boston. Does he stay? Does he
Yeah.
get moved? Because they
Yeah.
almost traded him last year,
Right.
but they decided not to, and he was a big factor for them in the postseason. And he'll be a big factor for them again now.
Yeah.
So we'll just kind of have to see going forward with that.
We will. Shout out to Malik Beasley.
Shout out Ty
Yes.
Jerome.
Yes.
Ty Jerome.
Shout out Ty Jerome.
I didn't put him on my list because he's a Cav.
okay.
But
Those
Malik,
are my
look,
three.
look, I had
Those were my
Malik Beasley
three.
at 2.
Yes.
And at 3, I had Russell Westbrook.
Yeah. of
Because
course.
look, let's not underestimate the impact that he's had on the Nuggets.
Okay.
this
yeah,
season.
but you, Ty,
except for that one game, I know you guys are going to.
yeah, but like aside from that, Ty Jerome was fan freaking
He was.
tastic
He was
this
very good.
season.
I'm
He's
not
been
gonna lie.
way better than Russ. Like not even close.
I don't know. It's debatable.
No, it's like it's not even close. Like
It's debatable.
that game against OKC, he single-handedly pulled away in the 4th.
Yeah.
So, but Peyton Pritchard was the runaway for me. It really wasn't that much of a debate.
Yeah.
So, let's get into the next award. I believe the next award is Clutch Player of the Year.
Yeah, it is.
There's still really no criteria with this award. We don't really know what it's based off of. Is it offense, defense, both sides,
Mm-hmm.
field goal percentage in the 4th?
It's everything.
It's everything. And here's who we have gone for. So myself and Gio.
You guys suck.
No.
Myself and Gio have gone for Nikola Jokic. We are there. Antoine has gone for some dude in New York.
You guys suck. It's
Dumb.
JB's winning this award.
I actually think Darius Garland has a better chance than Jalen Brunson.
Ooh.
I don't even know.
I mean, Jalen. Look, don't get me wrong. Jalen Brunson's on my list, but he's not winning this
No.
because Jokic
Oh,
in the clutch
on.
time. This is what the Nuggets do: get the hell out of the way and give it to Jokic, and he comes through. So,
Yeah, he has
I mean,
takeover.
He was
Yeah.
second on my list, but I give it to Brunson.
Yeah,
I'm a little biased.
Well, yeah, you're inherently biased. Obviously, we can sense that.
that's okay. A little diversity of faces on the screen. That's fine.
Yeah, that's true for once.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't have that very often.
I know.
But yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know. I wouldn't put Brunson up in the top 2 to be honest. I would go Jokic, then Garland,
Garland.
and then probably either Brunson. You can even put a Steph in there.
Yeah,
put
Steph's
Steph
still,
at 3.
Steph
Yeah.
was still there.
Yeah, I don't know. Brunson seemed like a homegrown pick for you.
No, I think Brunson's legit.
He,
He's
the,
just
the,
not-
odd, the odds
not
for him
better
are
than
pretty
Jokic.
high too.
Well, it's because he's a Nick,
Yeah.
and he probably scores most.
genuinely.
I think he's like top 5 in 4th quarter points per game.
I think he's more than that.
I don't know.
Right,
'Cause he got
check that
remember he got hurt, so it's
Oh, you
definitely
talking about
skewed.
point totals?
No, I'm talking about point totals.
I'm talking about average.
Oh, per game he's probably like top 3.
Yeah,
he's up there.
So I need Kyrie to come back from his injury and win this award because this award is literally made for him. He's
Literally.
4th quarter man.
He is.
But I think if Jokic isn't going to win MVP, he's going to get Clutch Player of the Year. I think that's kind of my mindset with this.
Agreed.
Okay.
So, but for me, he gets both, and that's kind of that. All right, what is the next
move.
award?
Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year. Now, there was a lot of options we could have gone with here. At first, we thought it was just a 1 or 2 man race, and then it really opened up to about 5 different coaching options, maybe even 6 depending on it. So what you have Kenny Atkinson, you have Ime Udoka, you have JB Bickerstaff, you have JJ Redick, you have you can even put in some of the lower developing coach like Chauncey Billups or Jordy Fernandez are even getting shouts in the odds. So there's definitely a lot of options. Who did we go for though? This is who we've all gone for.
crap.
3 different options.
Yeah.
So
Who's that ugly guy in the middle?
Gio,
I'm sorry.
That's wild.
He's a good-looking guy.
Gio has gone for Ime Udoka. Antoine has gone for Kenny Atkinson. And I have gone for JB Bickerstaff.
Listen, those are all my 1, 2, and 3.
So we got to all explain our picks. So whoever wants to go first can go first here.
Yeah.
Well, just since Kenny A's Cleveland turnaround, I think that's just massive for him and just coming back to coaching.
Yeah.
That's why. That's basically why. And they're the 1 seed, one of the best records of this year and in the past years. But JB and Ime were 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah.
That's how my list went. So they all can get it. I think it's just based on, I guess, the preference.
Pause.
Yeah. I went with I was going to go with Kenny Atkinson for about like 98% of the season. But then I saw that not only did the Pistons triple their win total, they plus 30'd their wins.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
That is significant, yeah.
And for me, if you go from like historic, if you go from 28 game losing streak to 44 wins, yeah, that takes the cake for me.
Yeah. I mean, Ime, I feel like he did the same thing in Houston as JB did in Detroit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the case I have for him. I always believed in Ime. He's a great coach. So, yeah. That was I think that was my pick from the beginning.
I think it was.
So I just stuck with it.
Reminds me a lot of Mark Dagnall because last season or the season prior, the Thunder finished in 10th in the play-in, and the Rockets were 11th last year.
Yeah.
And then Thunder shot up to 1 last year. The Rockets shot up to 2 this year.
There you go.
So, yeah, I respect the pick. And for the final one of this section, we have our Executive of the Year. So this is the GM / President of Basketball Ops who we think should win. And these are our picks. So myself and Gio have gone for Trajan Langdon of the Detroit Pistons, and Antoine's gone for Kobe Altman of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, get this man out of here.
Yeah. Well, again,
Are you just a Cavs fan?
well, Langdon is my 2nd. So it goes either way. I think Kobe Altman, just because of the extensions and the players he brought in, of course, Hunter, Ty Jerome, the draft picks were a little decent. Jalen Tyson was their 1st-round pick. But just the signings were massive for them. And I think he set that team. And, of course, Kenny A. But Langdon, of course, he's high up there.
Yo, with a beard, I kind of look like Trajan Langdon, low-key.
Okay, Gio.
Same haircut,
I can kind of
right?
see it, actually.
You see
No,
it?
no glasses, though.
That's
Same
crazy.
haircut. Wait, I'm tomorrow.
You got the same head shape.
Same head shape, same hair.
That's wild.
If I had a beard, I would be Trajan, bro.
You would, bro. But yeah,
Executive of the Year.
it's definitely a Detroit sweep, I think, for these awards. I mean, it's ridiculous the way this team's turned around, just specifically with him.
Yeah.
And, great coaching hire. You finally got good players around Cade. You drafted well. Not much else to say there. They're in good shape.
He cooked, yeah.